Hi, everyone. I'm Avis Yates Rivers, and I'm the CEO of Technology Concepts Group. We are an IT asset and procurement management firm based in Somerset, New Jersey. And we help large corporations like you all to better manage their IT assets, all of them, and to drive tremendous benefit from the investment that you've made. So that's my little 2-second commercial. I am here because I've been invited to share with you the career track that I took as, I should say as a technical woman on this panel, but I'm a salesperson who became a technical woman who went back to sales and also to founding and running 5 businesses. And so we're sitting in red chairs because I've just told you about my day job, but my passion is working to increase the meaningful participation of women and people of color in technology. Why? Because the business case says that when you have diverse teams working on technology, you have better financial results. You have more innovative products that are delivered. You have better results from the project teams themselves, and you have a more intelligent group collectively. And unfortunately, we are down significantly from the high days of the late 80s, early 90s, when women occupied about 36, 37% of all tech jobs in the U.S., professional jobs. We're at 26% in 2014. Thankfully, we're up 2% over the last couple of years, but still significantly lower than what we have been. And when you drill down a little further and look at African American and Latinas involvement in technology, those numbers are 3% and 1% collectively. So you're not getting the whole richness of how we approach problems differently, our culture, our upbringing, the way women think. All of that is not being included in the innovation and invention of technology. And so we really don't know how good technology can be. It's pretty good right now. But 88% of all new innovation is led by male-led and driven teams. 88% of patents are from all male teams. And so until we can figure out, and we have figured it out at NCWIT, but until we can get more women and people of color participating in the design and innovation of technology, it will never be as good as it can be. And so the Red Chair campaign, which is called Sit With Me, was devised and approved by the board a couple of years ago to just spark conversation. It's an icon. There's no real, importance in the fact that it's a chair or that it's red. It's just the icon that our marketing advertising company came up with. And what we wanted to do is to be symbolic, where I ask everyone, everywhere, to sit with me, tell me your story, and tell me what you can do to influence more girls and women and people of color to get involved in technology. And it doesn't matter whether you're a woman or man or young, old, black, white, it doesn't matter. We want everyone, everywhere, to sit in support of technical women. And so that's our Sit With Me campaign. When I talk about it, which I do a lot as their national spokesperson, I talk about the fact that if you think about the symbolism of how Rosa Parks sat down and changed the world by that simple action, not that she woke up that morning and decided that she was going to start the civil rights movement. She was just tired. And she could not physically get up out of that, pass an empty seat on the front of a bus to go to the back of a bus, as was the law back then in 1955. And so she sat down. And similarly, and when she did so, she actually changed the world because it did spark the Montgomery bus boycott, and it did spark the beginning of the civil rights movement. And we believe that this is the next movement that needs to be championed. And it's an economic and equality and equity and parity type of a movement, but it's a movement nonetheless. And so when you think of all of the tech firms that have disclosed their recent EEO-1 data and see how many of them are so overly loaded with men, then we know that there's still work that has to be done. So as a member of the board with Denise of the National Center for Women in IT, I know Denise is passionate as well, and my purpose these days is really just to get the word out, to do these kinds of events, to speak everywhere, and I do go everywhere. Sometimes I lug my chair with me, but thankfully I didn't have to bring these 5 across the Hudson River. But it's just important to broaden the conversation, to get the information out there. Most people don't even realize we have a problem. But we've done so much social science research on this. We know what the problems are, and we also look at it across the entire spectrum and the entire pipeline from K through careers. So a little bit of diversity that we have in technology, most of it, more than half of it, walks out the door by mid-career. So that's a problem. Why? You know, why aren't girls interested? We know. Why aren't women taking it up in college? We know. How can we attract more to the discipline? We know. We just need everyone to engage and help to get the job done.